Hey everybody, what's up? This is Mike Bucher with Alchemy Yoga and Personal Development here with a video about Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi breathing. So, I'll just say first off, why the hell is Ujjayi breath important? So, the first of three reasons is that in your yoga practice, and if you've heard me say this a million times in my class, just roll with it, that it gives you, it's an audible breath, so you can hear the breath, and that gives you an anchor so that while you're doing this practice, when you catch yourself holding your breath, then you immediately can snap back and come back to the breath, right? So it allows you to stay focused, really, which is part of the meditation, the dharana, single-pointed meditation, okay? That's the first of a few reasons why Ujjayi is important. Number two is it also, in the audibleness of it, it's audible because your breath tube, I'm making this sound, imagine your breath tube is constricting and becoming small. So you're narrowing where the breath can go, and that allows it to be like a straw. Imagine you're sipping through a straw where you can only take in a little by little, and if your straw was pinched, you could take in just a little bit and it would go very slowly. So, in a nutshell, this is going to allow you to make your inhale between 4, 6, 7, 8 seconds long, and your exhale even longer. And why does that matter? I'll tell you, because when your breath is long and smooth and consistent, then your central nervous system starts to relax, and when your central nervous system is relaxed, then you can have that quote-unquote yoga experience, that sort of sense of union to body, mind, spirit, and, a lot of things happen biochemically, and you start to shift from, in a nutshell, from sympathetic nervous system into parasympathetic nervous system, which is the non-emergency system. You're no longer feeling threatened by things. So the breath can tap you into that space. So those are the two most important things that I can think of right now off the top of my head about Ujjayi breath. So it gives you something to anchor onto, so it keeps you present and connected to your breath, and then also because it's audible, and then the slowness of the breath, it slows the breath so that you can flip into your parasympathetic nervous system and then have your yoga, your union, your meditative, your spiritual practice. So it becomes more than gymnastics, it becomes a spiritual practice. Okay, so without further ado, Ujjayi breath, I'll just describe it, and then I'll demonstrate it, and then I'll walk you through it. So Ujjayi breath is in and out through the nostrils, right? So no mouth breathing. Mouth breathing, why? I'm just going to explain all the science behind this stuff as I get into it. Mouth breathing is another trigger towards your fight or flight. So it gets your sympathetic nervous system activated. So in and out through the nose also helps you to calm down. So it's in and out through the nose, and it's across the back of the throat, and your larynx, your breath tube back here, is just constricted. So I make this little thing, it's like your breath tube constricts. So in doing all of that, it starts to have an HA, an kind of a sound. It's also called oceanic breathing, because it sounds like sort of the waves washing up upon the, right, going up upon the ocean shore and then back to the ocean. So I'm gonna just demonstrate a little bit for just a few seconds, few moments, and then I'll show you guys how to tap into it. Okay, so. So it kind of has that characteristic of almost like Darth Vader doing yoga, you know, it's been described as. So here's how we get the breath to the back of the throat and get that sound, okay? So you can start by taking an in-breath through your nose. So go ahead and breathe in through your nose. And as you do so, just allow your belly to expand, right? So allow the breath to go from the nose and just the belly expands. So just practice that a time or two, breathing in through the nose, belly expands. And then on your out breath, for now, just to get the sensation of back of the throat, make a HA sound like you're fogging up a mirror. So you can go, if it helps you, you can breathe into your hand like it's an imaginary mirror. Feel the warmth on your hand and feel it on the back of your throat. So just practice that a handful of times, breathing in through the nose to the low belly, and then exhale. And keep practicing. I'm going to talk as you practice. So you really want to start to on the out breath, feel it in the back of the throat. Feel it way back there. Okay? A couple more times. Okay, now on this time, stop, pause for a moment, please. Thank you. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, and then I'm going to exhale through the mouth. Halfway through, I'm going to close my mouth and have that same HA, that sound, but mouth is closed, lips are sealed, and air is coming out of the nostrils, okay? So I'll demonstrate. I'm holding the recorder close to my mouth so you can hear the sound here. Okay, so give it a shot. Breathe in through the nose, belly expands. Feel it in the back of the throat. Try it a couple more times, trying to keep that H-A, ha sound, but with the mouth closed. And if you like, you can pause the video and practice that. I'm going to keep talking. Okay, so once you got that sound in the back of the throat, then you just keep the mouth closed, okay, and you just have this. So that's your out breath, you're noticing. And once you're cool with that, the next step is to have your in breath have that same tonality. Okay, so the out breath is a, and then the in breath is doing the same thing. Right? So again, it's like the wave washing up upon the shore and then going back to the ocean. Okay? It's like kind of like the infinity sign. You want to have it be this smooth, seamless breath. The transition between inhale and the transition between exhale are very seamless, smooth. And try and practice starting it at 4 seconds. You can even count 4 beats as you do it. And then as you go along, start to lengthen it, make it up towards 6 seconds. And then you want to do this practice during your entire Hatha yoga, all your postures for the most part, unless we're doing some different pranayama, like lion's breath or Kapalbhati breathing or any of the other pranayamas. But this is pretty much standard for any vinyasa class, any Hatha practice. And that's really the lowdown on Ujjayi breathing. It's one of those things where, here's a challenge, okay? So once you get it down and you can practice and you have your inhale and your exhale audible and in the back of the throat, and you can do it for 4 to 6 seconds. Do a vinyasa, so do a Surya Namaskar. If you don't know what that is, maybe you can Google it or just notice at your next practice. A and B, compare doing one without Ujjayi breath, just nostril breathing, or even mouth breathing, and then one with Ujjayi breath, and you'll notice that if you're nostril breathing only without Ujjayi, you can't breathe very long. It's just a short breath. You get winded after a little bit. If you're mouth breathing, you'll notice that your nervous system is going to be, your mind will be busier, right? But if you're doing Ujjayi breath, this slow breath, you'll notice that it's super meditative. Also, another fun fact is it stimulates your brainstem. So as the air comes in with that vibration, it's giving you a little brain buzz, a little vibration to your brain. And so that starts to enhance the experience. So that's a challenge. Go ahead and try Surya Namaskar with and without Ujjayi breath, and just that'll really seal in. The proof is in the pudding. You'll see why this breath is such an essential part of a Hatha yoga practice. All right, party people, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this makes a difference for you on your path, and have a blessed day and a blessed weekend. This is Mike Bucher with Alchemy Yoga Personal Development, and I'll see you at the next one. Rock on.